Me and my siblings have this problem where we don't know how to ask for help to the detriment of ourselves sometimes. Like, we would rather do it ourselves than put the responsibility on somebody else. And it really stems from how we were raised. Two instances happened to me recently with both my parents that made me realize why we have such a hard time asking for help. We also grew up in the 90s, right? So at that time, my parents worked a lot, so we were alone a lot. We learned how to be hyper independent, and when you're learning to be hyper independent like that, you also learn not to ask people for help. One of the things happened to me recently with my dad is that I went to him to help me with a situation, and first he tried to throw money at me because he was just kind of like, okay, well, maybe if I give you some money it will solve the problem. But I really needed emotional support, and I would try to convey to my dad that, you know, this is not a money issue. I really just need you to be there for me, and not like judge me. His reaction to it was that he didn't have time for that I was a burden to him. And I remember all the times when I was little that he made me feel that way. And now I was just kind of like, that's the reason why I don't ask for help, because I always feel like I'm burdening other people. My parents always made me feel like a burden, and therefore I didn't want to put that on other people. Recently, I had an incident with my mom where she was asking for my help, and the way she asked, I was just like, you know, that could have been conveyed in such a different way. She needed help hooking her TV to her iPad, right? And instead of her just basically saying, hey, you know, I have this problem, I can't figure it out, can you help me? She basically said to me something along the lines of, hey, remember when you were using my iPad the other day? Well, I'm really pretty sure you broke it because this and this doesn't work anymore. So instead of her basically just saying outright that she needed help with something, she basically put the blame back on me. Neither here or there, either if I did it or she did it, right? I was just saying to her, like, Mom, you're trying to ask for my help, and the way that you did it really was not productive, you know? And now I realize why I have such communication issues, and why as a person I would shut down during conversations, or why I have trouble asking for help, because my parents also have trouble asking for help, and then also the way they make you feel when you do ask for help, right? You're somebody that also has trouble asking for help. This is probably the reasons why. These are just examples of like why me and my sisters have hard time. But one of the things I'm trying to fix for myself, not to transfer that over to my children, you know? So always letting my children know that I'm always there for them, that I'm not going to be judging them, and giving them permission to ask for help, giving them permission to basically come to you anytime they have certain feelings, and knowing that they're not going to be judged for it. So I'm always trying to think about like what my parents did and how that has affected me in my adult life, and trying to change the mindset and change that for my kids, because I really do think that Gen Alpha and Gen Z are really definitely changing the perspective of mentality, and it's going to be for the better, hopefully.